Welcome to the Isuzu UTE A-League Highlights Show. It was a sad week for the Australian football community after Rado Vidosic lost his fight with cancer on January 27, aged 64. A premiership and championship winning coach, Vidosic's legacy has been felt well beyond the pitch after he worked tirelessly to improve players, coaches and staff around him for almost 20 years. In recognition of Rado's contribution to the game, players, coaches and fans took part in a moment of applause before each match.
Thank you.
Round 15 was headlined by Derby Day in Sydney as the Western Sydney Wanderers travelled to Allianz Stadium to face off against Sydney FC. The Wanderers were looking to make it back-to-back wins over their rivals for the first time since 2019, whilst the Sky Blues were looking to bounce back after a 4-0 loss in the Big Blue. Sky Blues boss Ufuk Talay made 2 changes to the side that lost to Melbourne Victory last time out, including giving 16-year-old Akola Khan his first start in Sky Blue, whilst Wanderers boss Gary Van Egmond made 2 changes to his side, bringing in Bojidar Kraev and giving Ryan Fraser his first start in red and black.
And perhaps a first attack, just to cut you off with Fraser, the shot, oh goodness me! 41 seconds! And Ryan Fraser has blown the derby wide open. Well, he's only new to Australian football, but it looks like he's been here for years. The red and black bloc have a new hero. He's a wee man from Scotland by the name of Ryan Fraser. It's given away very cheaply by Kankar. Now Campuzano with the chance to level it. Oh, through the legs of Thomas. How did that squeeze through? And inside the opening 10 minutes, the Sky Blues are level. They must scarcely be able to believe it though, the fans up the other end. The ball bouncing around and poked home by Marcel Tisserand. And the giant Frenchman, who's been nursing a stress fracture in his foot for the last month, the big Frenchman returned from the interval. It's his second goal of the season. And Sydney FC have their noses in front. Cicluna, it's a nice ball. Borrello, shot on target. Patted down and then claimed by Harrison Devonish-Mears. Space on the right-hand side for Quintal. Grant ahead of him. Akon still going. Quintal takes over. Oh, it almost opened up on the left. Quintal still deflected twice. And Sydney have a third. Thiago Quintal and fans, young and old alike, celebrating Sky Blue, the home side with a precious 2-goal cushion 10 minutes into the second half. Akon wins it back, and then stumbles a second time, still has the ball. Quintal deflected again, he's got his second. Well, it's a night this hometown hero will never forget. Thiago Quintal has almost certainly ensured that the derby will be Sky Blue this evening. Revenge for Sydney FC with interest this evening. 1-0 losers in the West in November. They have returned the favour in kind at home in front of a very healthy crowd all over at Allianz. Sydney FC over the Wanderers by 4-1.
Melbourne City travelled to Sky Stadium to face Wellington Phoenix in the 500th A-League match for the side from New Zealand. Giancarlo Italiano made 3 changes to his starting 11 that lost to Newcastle, bringing in Paolo Retre, Bill Tuiloma and giving Albie Kelly-Hill the first start of the season in goal, whilst Aurelio Vidmar brought Samuel Suprayon and Harry Shillington into his side after they conceded 6 last week against MacArthur.
Miento helps it forward, again Suprayon and Eze, beats us all the way out, it falls to Eze, it's in the back of the net, flag stays down. Wellington's score goes up. A mix-up of catastrophic proportions in Melbourne City's rear guard. And midway through the first half, Ivan Eze, with his 6th goal of the season, gives Wellington a 1-0 lead. And Eze's off on a run off the shoulder of Suprayan, who's doing well to try and keep up. Eze! Goodness me! Ivan Eze goes to the top of the Golden Boot standings with a screamer. And Patrick Beach's near post, he's blasted it home. 7 for the number 7, and Wellington 2-0 ahead now. Well, saved by Kelly Hill. The whistle hadn't gone. Everybody seemed to stop, and Melbourne City have finally fashioned an attempt on goal. Ball played forward towards Eunice. Kelly Hill is out. Eunice has got away from him. Marcus Eunice is going to get 2 in 2 games. And Melbourne City are back in this one. Kelly Hill not able to clear. Marcus Eunice, Johnny on the spot, 2 in 2. And it's game on at 2-1.
An explosive player, Marcus Eunice, has brought City back to life. He's given them a chance. Now, sense of purpose around City. They're chasing the game.
Tui Loma's given it away. Kelly Hill saves. Mameti's going to make it 2. An error from Bill Tuiloma, who's been so good tonight. Seized upon by Menon Mameti, and in the blink of an eye, from 2-0 down, City are back to 2 apiece. Tuiloma looking for Piper. Away by Bajic. He's there for Miliustic. Good save by Beach. Khartoum, and a clash of heads between Khartoum and Bajic, the 2 16s. Here's Miliustic, lobs it over, or attempts to, and a raised hand and a pointed finger. A crucial moment in Wellington's season. Mandraker James, saved by Beach. More drama in game 500 in Wellington. Game number 500 in the life of Wellington Phoenix ends exactly the same way as game number 1. A 2-2 draw on that occasion. Melbourne victory 2-0 ahead to be hauled back to 2-2, and tonight the Phoenix, who were 2 to the good, hauled in by Melbourne City. There's your final score. Wellington Phoenix 2, Melbourne City 2.
The Macarthur Bulls travelled to Cooper Stadium to take on Adelaide United in a match where all 3 points would see either team go top of the table. Adelaide boss Ayrton Andreoli made 3 changes from his side that beat Brisbane last weekend, bringing in Luka Jovanovic, Yaya Dukuli and giving hat-trick hero Brody Burke his first start in Adelaide, whilst Mile Stajovski brought Dean Bosniak into his starting 11 from the team that defeated Melbourne City last week.
Ryan White, it looks perhaps as 2-8s or something with Ryan White as the 6. Here's Vickery. Flip flat past Kitto. Vickery! That's a good save from Smits. And a first shot across the bow from the visitors. Goodwin delivers. Dukuli on the left. Oh, it's some strike. And Kurto may have got a touch to it. Looks as though it's a goal kick. That's off the top of the crossbar. Oh, it's another mistake. Uzkok won't catch Jovanovic. He's too quick. Look at Jovanovic. But Kurto with a massive save to keep Macarthur level. Here's Goodwin. Goodwin rolls it back to Kitto. Oh, lovely back heel. Johnny Yo! Brilliant football. Brilliant goal. Adelaide are in front. Johnny Yo drilling the ball home, his 3rd of the season from the edge of the area after the 2 veterans that are Adelaide through and through, Goodwin and Kitto combined. Ryan White for De Cooley. It's a good ball. Now Burkett. Oh. Well, he certainly knows where the back of the net is at the moment, doesn't he? Grosjean. He'll run onto that. A little fortunate, perhaps. Talbot. The cross towards Duke. Oh, fantastic header. Well, it looked like he wasn't going to get anywhere near it. Vickery. He's got the better of Kitto. Vickery drives it in low, back post. And it's taken barely 15 seconds for Chris Economides to score his first goal of the season.
And Chris Economides, with his first touch here at Coopers Stadium, says to everybody, remember me?
This one is coming nicely to the boil. Here's De Cooley again. De Cooley, pass Scott! Well defended again from Uscott.
MacArthur may get lucky.
That's a good ball. Kitto. Tatu now. Amlani Tatu drives it across the face of goal. Kurto left it and it really wasn't far away.
Well, that was incredible that nobody could get across there. Amlani Tatu afforded the time and space to get forward and he just took it early.
Neither side able to land the knockout blow. Finished here at Coopers Stadium. Adelaide United 1, MacArthur FC 1.
The box office Jets were looking to create history by picking up 5 straight wins in the league for the first time in their history when Brisbane Roar came to visit McDonald Jones Stadium on Saturday afternoon. Newcastle boss Mark Milligan stuck with the same squad that put 4 past the Phoenix last round, whilst Brisbane head coach Michael Valkanis brought Justin Vidic back into his starting 11.
As Clayton Taylor in front of Bazanis, this should be a penalty. Alex King does not hesitate. He points straight to the spot. And it's rolled gold from Rose. And Newcastle lead inside 18 minutes. Dobson, Burgess, Dobson, somehow denied. He can't quite believe it. And it is Eli Adams. Oh, it was a torpedo, and it almost ripped a hole in the back of the net. D'Artelicio works into a pocket of space. Adams, early ball. Taylor! There's number 18 in Newcastle colours for Clayton Taylor. And he's got goals in his last 3 here in Newcastle. And Valkanis' header! Brisbane have one back. And that's how quickly things can turn. Dimitri Valkanis with his first A-League goal. The Jets fell asleep for a split second. And the Roar believe once again. Just see how this plays out. Rose, Bayliss! He's got another one, Lockie Bayliss. 2 in 2. And no sooner had Brisbane got one back, the Jets restore the 2-goal buffer. Western Sydney on return from injury in the last few weeks. Here's Clayton Taylor. All delivery gets side down. What colour will this be? Long. He's already got one in the first half. His afternoon's over. Brisbane Roar will finish with 10 men. And he scored. Burgess. That time shoots. Bayliss! The box office Jets, they are humming. And Bayliss has got a career double for the first time. And these box office Jets have soared right into the history books. Newcastle have 5 straight wins for the first time in A-League history. The Australia Cup winners setting their sights on a season to remember. Full time in Newcastle. The Jets 4, Brisbane Roar 1.
Auckland FC made the long trip west to take on Perth Glory at HBF Park on Saturday night. Top of the league beckoned for Auckland if they could pick up all 3 points, whilst Glory were looking to avoid 3 straight defeats. Perth boss Adam Griffiths brought Will Freeney into his side that lost against the Wanderers, while Steve Corica brought Hiroki Sakai and Ollie Sal back into his starting 11.
Right now, the starting 11 might be able to create a chance as Taggart slices the ball out. Randall. A little darting step, so good from Randall! Oh, what a goal! Jesse Randall! And on the other side of the world in Scotland, they'll be watching saying, how good was that from Jesse Randall? And in living rooms around Auckland, there might be a few people being awoken by the gasps as they take a 1-0 lead away to the Glory. Here's Kolikovski with a shot, saved by Sale, and the flag goes up, so instead of a shot on target, it is only an offside. So hearts set racing, but unfortunately for Ollie Sale, that save won't go on his stats because it was offside. Lawrence's corner to the back post. What a chance. Adam Taggart puts it over the bar. Had the header and could not keep it down. Lawrence. Oh, went for the knuckleball, but it already started too wide, so when it swung away, it swung even further away from the target. Sends the ball back to Wooden. Good run from Kaczarski. Good touch from Kaczarski! Jaden Kaczarski brings the Glory level. And are we on for another late night Perth special?
Well, the super kid once again becomes the super sub.
To Brook. Again, he wants his left. Telegraph that he was teeing it up for Vestrada. And so through came De Abreu. Pushes it out to Kolikovski. Can Perth Glory go end to end? As we tick into the last minute of the 90. Square ball from Kolikovski. Kaczarski! He is dynamite! Jaden Kaczarski! He has brought the Shed to life at the end of the night! All in celebration for the Glory! They've come from behind to lead 2-1 thanks to Jaden Kaczarski.
Just wow.
And the fans will go home happy. Jaden Kaczarski, the hero, a double off the bench. And the match winner, one to savour. And those Perth Glory fans, the revival of this club continues. They close to within touching distance of the top 6. And a game that really came to the boil has ended Perth Glory 2, Auckland FC 1.
Round 15 of the Isuzu UTE A-League was brought to a close, where Melbourne Victory made the trip to Polytech Stadium to take on the Central Coast Mariners. 3 points would move the Mariners off the bottom of the ladder, whilst a win would put Victory into the top 6. Mariners boss Warren Moon made 2 changes to the starting 11 that drew against Auckland last weekend, bringing in Nathan Paul and Sabit Noor, whilst Arthur Dilly stuck with the same squad that won the Big Blue on Monday against Sydney FC.
Storm Brewer gives it straight back to Mata, and now Davidson with the ball into the 6-yard box. Chance here for the Victory to score early. Grimaldi was right there, but it was scrambled away in the end by Lucas Moragas. Arthur Dillis will be hoping that the rangefinders are accurate this afternoon. Now the dink over the top for Virgos from Jean Rowe. Virgos tries to turn and shoot in a tight space, but Redmayne is down quickly. Mata finds the ball into the middle, and it's a good save from Redmayne. He wasn't to know that that was probably going to miss the back post from Virgos. Jean Rowe with space. Will he think about shooting? He does. The curling effort Redmayne's beaten, and so is the crossbar. Sails millimetres past Redmayne's gloves. Tanel winning it back for the Mariners in the midfield. DePizio heads it on for Agla. Ali Agla will look to go towards Lockie Jackson. Can he cut onto that left foot? Ali Agla, what a strike that is! That is an amazing goal from Ali Agla, who ran straight at Lockie Jackson and then used the curl of the left boot to put it in the back of the net past Jack Wachowski.
It's the Mariners with the first incision.
Yeah, here's Agla again. Lockie Jackson was just about to have flashbacks, but he plays the ball to Laval and then flying through is DePizio, but he can't get his header on target. He's frustrated with himself. Palupale has Donachie in front of him. He goes back to Mata. The ball towards the back post. Grimaldi straight at Redmayne. Another really good opportunity for the victory. Palupale sends Burgos through. Paul has to be big here. He brings Palupale down. Is he the last man? The referee is pointing for a free kick, and it's a red card for Nathan Paul. It was a challenge he just about had to make. He was the last man. Storm Roux is telling Ali Agla to chase Mata, who'll go short. Lays it off for Grimaldi. He'll have a strike on goal. Redmayne, I think, has to tip that one over the bar. He does. It's another corner. Mata, the outswinger this time. The header deflected and then tipped over the bar by Redmayne.
On Keegan Jelassic by DePizio.
Dorigo, he's going to shoot from range. Redmayne with a one-handed save. A dangerous ball in, and Duca takes a touch. Redmayne is there, so too is James Donachie. That is a wonderful intervention. That is one of the most incredible rearguard actions from a team in the A-League you'll ever see. The Central Coast Mariners, with 10 men for large parts of that second half, have held on to beat the Melbourne Victory. Full time, Central Coast Mariners 1, Melbourne Victory 0.
And so the Newcastle Jets' fifth straight win in the Isuzu UTE A-League sees them sit on top of the table, clear of Sydney FC and Auckland, who are equal on points, with the MacArthur Bulls, Adelaide United and Melbourne City rounding out the top 6. Wins for Perth Glory and the Central Coast Mariners see them move up into 9th and 11th respectively, leaving the Western Sydney Wanderers sitting at the foot of the ladder. Join us next week for another action-packed round of fixtures, including the second v third place clash between Auckland FC and Sydney FC. We'll see you there.